Hey everybody, this is Tony, and I'm here today with a special guest, Miss Gloria Gaynor. How are you today?
I'm doing great, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine. Thanks for asking. Now, it's been over 40 years since you first started your career
Mhm.
in the music business. What does that feel like to still be here today? After so many artists have come and gone, and you're still here after more than 40 years. What does that feel like?
It feels wonderful. I feel extremely blessed to have a career with such a longevity.
hmm Now, you've done over 20 albums. You had hit singles.
Mhm.
But I Will Survive is your biggest hit.
Mhm.
Um, how do you take it when that song is still relevant today after all these years? You can still sing that song and people still love it.
Again, I feel really blessed to have a song that not only has had such longevity, but
Mhm.
that really has a positive effect on people's lives. You know, sometimes people record songs and they last a long time because people just like to dance to them, or they
Right,
just
right.
like to sing them. But when a song really touches people's hearts and encourages them, uplifts them, supports them,
Mm.
empowers them, then that's a really really special song, and I feel really blessed to have it.
All right. Now, what caused you to have a career in music?
Well, when I was young, I always loved music. I grew up in a home full of music lovers and hearing music all the time. And when I was like 13 years old, a neighbor heard me singing in the hallway and told me when she first heard me, she thought I was a radio. So I thought, I must be pretty good at this. I think I want to do that.
Okay. So now, when you signed your first contract, excuse me, what were you expecting to come into as a situation, you being new, a recording artist? What were you expecting to happen?
Well, I was expecting to, record some songs that I had written. I was expecting to have to write to people or contact writers to bring these songs, but instead the record company did all that. They got the songs for me.
hmm
So that helped to make things a lot easier for me, that I didn't have to come up with the songs on my own.
Okay. So do you feel like the songs that you did sing, do you feel like they conveyed the message that you wanted to put out as an artist?
In the beginning, yes, they did, because I just wanted music that was going to be popular, that people were going to like, and I wasn't even thinking about them dancing to music, because I wasn't thinking about continuously recording disco music. I wanted to do ballads, because
hmm
that was what I really loved, and so I really thought that I was going to be recording ballads. And
Okay.
when I started recording dance music, that was a turn in my career for me.
Okay. So now, whose idea was it for I Will Survive?
God. And I
Okay.
say that because the record company president had chosen a song for me to record and sent me out to California to record that song. But when I
hmm
got there, I asked them, okay, so in those days it was a 45 record with an A side and a B side. So
Right.
I asked the producer, what's going to be the B side, and they asked me, well, what kind of songs do you like to record? What kind of songs do you like to sing? And after I told them what kind of songs I like, they said, you know what? We think you're the one we've been waiting for to record this
hmm
song that we wrote 2 years ago.
Okay.
So they've been holding that song for somebody, and they didn't even know who. So I'm believing that, I'll
Oh,
always believe
wow.
that God chose that song and chose me to record it. Especially
Absolutely.
since the song has had such longevity, has been so meaningful to so many people for so many years. That's God.
Right, right. I mean, you can play that song anywhere, at any party, anywhere, and it
Mhm.
still
I mean,
gets people
maybe
on the
play
floor.
at weddings, please.
hmm
Yeah.
So now, what is your fondest memory that you have from your early days of recording?
My fondest memory from my early days of recording.
hmm
Hmm. Okay, when I did Never Can Say Goodbye.
Okay.
When I was already singing it in my show, and I asked the record company to come down and listen to it, my group's version of it, and to see the audience response, because I thought that should be my next record, and they
Right.
agreed with me. And then when I went in the studio to record it, the producer was saying I was singing it too much like Michael Jackson.
Right.
So he said, you take the music home with it and you practice and you come back with your own version of it. Well, I was like, I don't know how to sing it. I sing it like I sing it, and if he don't like it, it's too bad. But when I got back in the studio the next day and started recording, I mean, I had this attitude. I was like, that's the way I sing it, and he don't like it, it's too bad. And he jumped up and said, that's a take. And as you can hear on the record, it's nothing like Michael Jackson.
Right.
So that's one of my best memories.
What would you say is the best piece of advice that you've received over your career?
Follow your passion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think when you follow your passion, that's when you are the happiest. And that's when you will make as much as you need as an individual, that you need to make, and as much money as you need to make for you to be happy. Because some people call themselves happy when they have what other people have, or when they have what other people think they ought to have. And not everybody needs to be rich.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that God gives you a talent that matches what you as an individual need.
Okay, now in following your passion, as everybody know, in the music business, you have up times and of course it's down times.
Right.
So now in those down times, what do you do or say that keeps you going to say, okay, well maybe the next record will be a hit and I can, get off the ground again, or what keeps you going?
What keeps me going is that's not my goal. My goal is to do what I enjoy doing. So every time I hit that stage, I'm doing what I enjoy doing. And so look, I love having hits. I love making money, but that's not my purpose. My purpose is just to sing, enjoy my music, and have other people enjoy it. And that happens constantly. So I'm always successful. I'm always happy with my career.
All right. Now, what is the best performance you think you put on? What the televised performance, rather?
The one at the Michael Jackson 30th anniversary show at Madison Square Garden the night before the day we know as 9/11.
Right.
That was an awesome show. There was so many great acts on that show, and for me to stand there and perform for somebody that I had admired for so many years, which was Michael Jackson, was an awesome night for me. Okay.
Now, who are some of your friends in the music business that you still friends with today?
Thelma Houston, or Donna Summer was up until she passed away, and Vicki Sue Robinson was until she passed away. Evelyn Champagne King, Felipe, who was the Indian from the Village People.
Right.
Yeah, those are primarily what I would call friends. I mean, I go to their homes, they come to mine.
Okay.
We enjoy each other.
Now, what the music business and the music has definitely changed since when you first started out. What kind of music are you listening to today?
Mostly now I'm listening to gospel music.
Okay.
I mean, I still
Any
listen
specific
to R&B and top 40, but mostly gospel.
Okay. No R&B?
Yeah, I said I listen to R&B. I listen to today's popular music like Beyonce and Rihanna, and I love John Legend, and I love Pharrell.
Right.
But mostly what I'm listening to is gospel.
Okay. Now, you said you mentioned Beyonce and Rihanna. Now, some people go and attack these people, Rihanna, Beyonce, artists like that, and Nicki Minaj, and for lack of clothing while performing, or selling sex or something like that. What do you think about that?
I think that these young ladies don't have enough confidence in who they are and all the other stuff that they have to offer.
Okay.
To recognize that that is really beneath them,
Mhm.
and they don't need to do that. They don't need to do that to have everything
Right.
they have right now.
Mhm. That's absolutely true. Excuse me. Now, what is your goal in life today? I know it may have been different 4 years ago,
Hmm.
but what is it today?
Today, my goal is to do a Christian album that really ministers to people.
Mhm. So now, are you planning on just going into the gospel arena, or just doing just one album, or how is that going to go?
No, I plan on going into the gospel arena. I think that's my calling at this point. I think God
Mhm.
is calling me just to do that. It's not a matter of calling me away from secular music, but calling me to gospel music. I think that He would have me share with the public His will, His word, and His ways through music.
Amen. Now, besides the gospel album, are you doing any more R&B albums?
Not anytime soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, if you never did music again, like if you just stopped doing music today, do you believe your catalog of music could speak for itself?
Well, yeah, if people get to hear it, but nowadays it's hard to get past radio programmers to the public. I think that my music would definitely speak for itself if people got a chance to hear it.
Okay.
But nowadays, it's all about the young people, and they have, the people who, the powers that be in the music business seem to think that nobody wants to hear from you once you're past 35, and if you're female willing to get naked, it's like nobody want to hear from you. They think. But I know better when I do my shows and I have an audience, of 30,000 people all jumping up and down and screaming my songs and knowing the words to more than half of my show. I know that's not true, but they don't know that because they don't come to see shows. So I don't know how they think they know, but somehow they do.
Well, I can tell you definitely put in the work because I'm only 18 years old, a young male, and I know most of your songs, so you definitely put in the work.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Is there anyone who you would like to work with today, whether new artists, older artists? Is there anyone specific?
I would love to work with, if I were doing secular music, I would love to work with John Legend.
Mm-hmm.
I would love even to do something with, since I heard her do at the Grammys, I would even like to do something with, oh God, what's her name? The one that sang with Tony Bennett. Oh, Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga?
Lady Gaga, yeah. I would even like to do something with her because she's really awesome, which I already knew. Because when you're a singer and you hear another person sing, it doesn't matter what they sing, you recognize talent.
That's right.
And I recognized her talent, so I would love to do. But now that I'm going into gospel music, I'd love to do something with, what's his name? Kirk Franklin.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to do a duet with CeCe Winans or either BB Winans. The great ones that everybody wants to be good with,
Now, when are you expected to start working on this gospel album?
I'm already working on it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm already working on it. As a matter of fact, I put out a gospel album on my own label, but because I didn't have proper promotion, it didn't get to be known. I mean, it's available. It's available on iTunes and other electronic outlets, and it's called We Will Survive. But it didn't get much publicity, and not, most people don't know about it because I didn't have the right publicity.
Right.
But I will.
If people don't know, they won't.
Exactly. They can't buy what they don't know about.
Right. Absolutely. Now I know that you did a couple of acting gigs here and there before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now my favorite is the Wayans Brothers when you were on there.
Yeah, that was.
I love that episode.
Yeah.
Now, are you planning on doing any more acting? Is that something you take?
Well, it's not anything I'm planning on, but I certainly would like to.
Mhm.
You know, if anybody would call me with a role that I like, you know, I would more be happy to do it.
Okay. Do you feel like there's something that you want to do that you haven't done yet besides the gospel album and everything? Is there anything that you want to do still?
Yeah, I'd love to act in a major motion picture.
Mhm. Okay.
Yeah, I would love.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Miss Gloria Gaynor. Thank you.